Time now to connect with the management at Persistent Systems to decode their third quarter earnings then. And we do have Vineet there at the side, the CFO of the company, joining us. Hi, Vineet. Thank you so much for taking time out and joining us today. The first question that I, in fact, had was about the revenue that you have, because 4.3% on a quarter-on-quarter basis is the kind of growth that you've seen coming in for the revenue. What are the key factors that you see then driving this sort of performance? Do you think this level is also sustainable in terms of revenue growth then?
See, our growth has been pretty much broad-based. If you look at it, we work in three verticals: banking, financial services, healthcare, and high tech. All the three verticals have done well for us. All the three verticals are on a quarterly run rate of $100 million plus. We are pretty much, if you look at our the order book that has come up along with that, that has been extremely well. See, we have been growing. This is our 19th sequential quarter growth. In the post-COVID scenario, everybody did well. We also did well. We grew almost 24%. Post-COVID scenario, past 2-3 years, when the things have been challenging, we have been consistently growing. If you look at this 3 quarters in this financial year, first we have grown first half in 5% on a sequential basis. This quarter we have grown 4.3% on reported and 4.6% on constant currency terms. This is despite of the fact that this is typically a seasonally weak quarter for the industry. We had a furlough impact, and after that adjustment, we have been able to grow at such a nice pace. So we are pretty confident that whatever targets we have set up for ourselves for FY25 and FY27, we are on track, and we should be able to achieve that.
Hi, good morning, sir. This is Shaila also joining in the conversation. So with about 12.2% increase in your EBIT, as well as a good substantial increase of approximately 15% in your PAT, where that's quarter-on-quarter basis, if you would help us understand what sort of initiatives you've implemented to improve your operational efficiency as well as profitability going ahead?
See, at the beginning of the year, we had started on a cost optimization program. So if you look at our utilization, which was around 80% at the beginning of the year, has now moved to around 87.4%. Number two, we basically started right-shoring one of the biggest client in terms of the work that we were doing with them. And this, on the one hand, we are constantly growing that revenue, but on the other hand, we also did a right-shoring of that. That has helped us in that these two things put together have helped us almost 140 basis point. Currency tailwinds gave us a 50 basis point of benefit. And the other factors all put together have sort of given us another 60 basis point. But this is despite of the fact that, this, as I called out, this being a seasonally weak quarter, we had a furlough impact, which impacted our margins by around 60 basis point. And obviously, there was also an impact of almost 100 basis point on our revenue. If I want to sort of demystify the revenue numbers, 4.6% on constant currency, almost 100 basis point impact on account of furloughs. So if you look at that 4.6 plus 100, we would have grown 5.6% on a quarterly basis. So that's the broader theme in terms of how we have grown and what are the margin levers that have helped us in terms of making.
All right, I also wanted to talk about your 12-month trailing TCV bookings then, because they grew to $594 million. And when you take a look at the new bookings, on the other hand, they're also declining to $333 million. So what you're looking at in terms of the factors behind this particular dip in new bookings then?
No, I don't think so. It's a dip in the new bookings. This is a typical quarter. If you look at it, the bookings sometimes happen in the respective quarters. Sometimes we anticipate something will happen in Q3, but they get pushed to Q4. But what you should be looking at, if you look at our last 12 months of bookings on a trailing 12 months basis, our TCV has crossed the 2 billion mark. On the same trailing 12 months basis, our annual contract value has crossed the 1.4 billion mark. So if you look at it on an overall basis, the trends are pretty healthy. We have grown 14%, we have grown 9%. As I said, we have delivered sequential growth. We have a great pipeline available with us at this point of time. And looking at that, we are pretty much confident that we'll be able to achieve the targets that we have set for ourselves.
Right. With over about 20 patents as filed for your SASVA, that is your AI-powered software development platform, how do you actually see this evolution of AI in software development? Also, if you can help us understand more over what's the competitive advantages that you have with these patents now?
the advantage, AI has now become like a hygiene factor in every of our discussions with our customers. Today, with every discussion, our SASVA platform is at the core and the forefront when it comes to efficiency and making the business simpler and more efficient for the customer. So today, when we go to a customer, why are we winning? Our unique SASVA platform is helping us in terms of our SASVA platform is basically giving a complete suite in terms of the complete software lifecycle development, software lifecycle development suite that is available to them, which typically would have taken quite a effort if you would have done in the conventional way. The second, the IRO platform, that's basically helping the customers. If you look at one of the largest hyperscaler, our CEO who was in town a couple of days back, he made a reference to contract assist AI-led platform. This is a unique platform whereby we have used SASVA, which is our only one in a contract lifecycle management. We have collaborated with the AI platform that is available from some of the hyperscaler, and we have taken to the customer in terms of how efficient this can be. So while everybody is talking about AI, I think so our SASVA platform really has got some unique things. These patents are just a testimony to the fact that customers do like it. We have something unique selling offerings that we have been able to bring into them, and that's why we are winning against some of the bigger players also.
Aradhan, I also wanted to discuss the demand then coming in for the agentic AI. How do you see that evolving as well, and what are the industries that you're seeing driving this particular growth as well in demand?
I think so. Agentic AI is, again, as I said, it is definitely a big trend that is picking up. Every industry is looking at. See, in the past, if you look at, AI has been there for quite a while. Most of the people know it in a form of a bot. Now, what agentic AI is basically doing is automating the entire operation process as well as the decision-making process on a personalized basis. And every customer is looking at how I can customize these things for my own operations, as well as how when I'm looking at it when I'm taking it to my customer base. And that's where the demand for agentic AI we believe is only going to grow. Obviously, the complexities will also continue to grow. On the way, we have to take care of the data security. We have to see that it is being implemented in a much more efficient way. It is improvised on a regular basis. So all these factors are going to drive down more and more demand coming up for agentic AI.
Right. So that's about your agentic AI. But I wanted to understand about Trump. With Trump in power now, what sort of an demand expectations that you are expecting, given the fact that you have a lot being penciled in right now by the street? Can we expect some increase in client spends?
See, our initial conversations when we are speaking to our customers, there is definitely a positivity at this point of time. But as the customer started opening up its purse and started spending, at this point of time, we are not seeing those trends happening. In just few days, the new administration has taken over. We'll see what it comes with, and we'll take appropriate action to adjust our business accordingly.
All right, then thank you so much for taking time out and joining us today. Thank you so much for helping us out with that outlook as well coming in.